Hey, third grade. It's Miss Smith. I'm back for week 4 of NTI. You did not get this in the packet your parents picked up at school because at the time we didn't know how long we'd be out of school. So I sent this to them in an email. It says week 4, third grade. It is set up exactly like the other weeks we've been working online together. So let's just go through this packet quickly to see what you have for this week. So today we are going to do vocabulary chart together. Now I think in most of your packets I put some extra vocabulary charts and I just wrote the word extra on a sticky note. And I just wanted you to keep those at home in case we did have extra weeks we were working at home. So if you've lost these or you don't have them, it's okay if you don't have this paper. I put it in the email to your parents. So if they have a printer, they can print it off at home. If you don't have one, that's okay, because you can just find any paper you have at home to write your vocabulary words and definitions and sentences on. You can use blank paper like this. You can use notebook paper. Your parents can take a picture of any paper that you write on at home, okay? So that is the first one. If you don't have the vocabulary chart and you can't print it off, use any paper you have. We're going to work on that today, so make sure you have some kind of paper. You will still look at the first page of our story and answer the questions for number 1. And there is a YouTube video for you to watch. There's actually 2 today. In our story this week, there are 2 kinds of butterflies, the western pygmy blue butterfly and the monarch butterfly. So on the 3rd grade playlist, you can watch both of those videos about the butterflies today. On day 2, you'll come back on here and we will review vocabulary words together. You can do the pages in your book, and we'll read the story Butterflies Big and Small together. On day 3, you'll read the story by yourself. You'll look at the questions and find the answers and underline them in the text. On day 4, I have attached this page to your parents' email. And it says, write about the butterflies in Butterflies Big and Small, Western Pygmy, Blue, and Monarch. So you're going to write 1, 2, 3 ways they are alike, and 1, 2, 3 ways they are different. So after you've listened to the story and you've read the story, then on day 4 will be your day to write. This page is also in the email I sent to your parents, but if they can't print it off, don't worry, because you can write 3 ways they're alike and 3 ways they're different on any paper that you have. And on day 5, it is still Field Trip Friday. So use the link in the email to get to the virtual field trips. I attached this paper that says Virtual Field Trip 4, and you can write about what you learned and what you saw. If you can't print out this paper, do not worry. Write on any paper you have, okay? So that's what's in your packet for this week. Remember to email or dojo message me if you have any questions. Let's go ahead and get started on our vocabulary words. So remember, you can use the chart from the email that your parents print off, or if you had an extra one in your packet that I sent home, or use any paper you have, okay? So if you want to draw your own chart, you can. That is fine with me. Now remember, the vocabulary words, you can rewind and listen again. You can pause the video. I will write the words up here so that you can write them on your own paper, okay? All right then, let's get started. The first word is future. All right, let me write it big up here on the board because it will not be on your paper. So you have to write the word in yourself this time. So write future. You can either write it in the first box if you do have the chart, or You can make your own box, or you can just write it here. Okay. All right, so say future. Future means a time that has not yet come. Okay. The example says, many cities in the future will look different than those today. So they're looking at like the different shapes of buildings. Maybe we'll have cars that fly instead of drive on the street. So in the future, lots of things might look different than they do today. So future means a time that has not yet come. That just means it hasn't happened yet. All right. So future means a time that has not yet come. Let's take a minute and pause if you need to see this and write it down. We're going to move on to our next word. Oh, and I've moved my eraser. Sorry, guys. Here it is. All right, so get ready to write your next word. It is surroundings. It's a big word. Can you say surroundings? Surroundings are all of the things around you or something else. So let's write the word. Surroundings. Okay. So the example says, the farm has peaceful surroundings. So that means if you were on this farm, your surroundings are all the things that are around you. Okay. So think about how your surroundings look different. If you're on a farm, they look like this. If you're at school, what do your surroundings look like? If you are in Walmart, what do your surroundings look like? If you were at the beach, what would your surroundings look like? Okay, so it's really just all of the things that are around you in a certain place. So surroundings, let's put this up here. Surroundings mean all of the things around you. So surroundings are all of the things around you. All right, let's move on to our next word. This word is measure. And you've probably heard this word in math before. Say measure. Measure means to use a tool to find out the size of something. So in this example, it says he can measure the wood to make sure it is the right size. So maybe he's building a bookshelf. He needs to know how long the wood should be so he knows where to cut it. Okay, so that would be an easy sentence for you to write about is what's something that you've had to measure before? Or what's a tool that you use to measure with? Okay, so the word is measure. And measure means to use a tool. Use a tool to find out the size of something. Okay, so there's the word measure. It means use a tool to find out the size of something. Okay, let's move on to the next word. All right, that word is preserve. Okay, can you say preserve? Preserve means to keep safe from harm. So in this picture, it says national parks preserve trees and animals. That means they're not going to let someone come in and cut down their trees. They're not going to let someone come and hunt the animals or capture them. So preserve is just something that you want to keep safe. You don't want it to get hurt. Okay? So let's write the word preserve. So you could think of a good sentence, something you would like to preserve or keep safe. So preserve means keep safe from harm. Means you don't want anything to hurt it. So preserve means to keep safe from harm. Okay, now we've got that one. The next word is extinct. Ooh, can you say extinct? Extinct means that a whole group of living things is no longer alive. So in this example, it says dinosaurs have been extinct for a very long time. That means they're no longer alive. So let's write extinct on your paper. Extinct means no longer alive. All right, extinct means no longer alive. All right, ready for the last word today, guys? All right, today's word, the last one is decrease. Okay, can you say decrease? Okay, decrease means to become less or make smaller. In this picture, it says the sign tells drivers to decrease their speed. So that means you need to make your speed less, make the number smaller, because it would not be safe to be going really, really fast around the curve. You need to decrease. It means make it less or make it smaller. Okay, so you might think of something you would like to decrease. I was thinking about when you run a race. If it takes you 2 minutes to run around the playground, you might try to beat your time and get like a better score, right? So you would want to decrease your time. You might say, my goal is to run around the playground in 1 minute instead of 2, because that means you're going faster, right? So you can think about something you'd like to decrease. Let's write the word on your paper. Decrease. Okay. It means, to become less or make smaller. So decrease means to become less or make smaller. All right, that is our last word today. Remember, you can always go back and rewind and listen to these again, or you can pause so that you can see the definitions to write. Now that we finished that, make sure that you go to the first page of our story and answer the questions for number 1, just so you can begin thinking about the story that we're going to hear tomorrow. And go check out the 2 videos, Western Pygmy Blue Butterfly and Monarch Butterfly, on the 3rd grade playlist, so you can just see what these butterflies look like and learn a little bit about them before we read. Okay guys, I'll see you back here tomorrow for the video, 3rd grade butterflies, big and small. I'll send the link in your parents' email so you can go directly to it, and we will learn about the story together then. Bye guys.